Remember when we first met here?
You were the most successful, powerful, and handsome man in the room.
It's nice to know after all these years that you still love me and our relationship is 100% secure.
Oh my God, Michael Shaboinky? The starting quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders? Hi.
Hey, Sugar Lips, how about you and me get out of here for some cheap thrills?
Sounds good to me, Daddy.
Colby, what the heck? I thought you loved me.
I did, but a better option came along.
But we were dating for 10 years.
That doesn't matter. My new and better life starts today.
I can't believe this.
So how about we get out of here?
I'll go pack a suitcase full of my sluttiest clothes.
So you see, safety in relationships is actually a huge illusion. So the next time you feel secure in your relationship, just remember, your partner would leave you almost immediately for a professional athlete or celebrity if the opportunity ever presented itself. Trusting a relationship, not even once.
Do you remember when we first met here?
You were the most successful, powerful, and handsome man in the room.
I don't consider myself to be a particularly ethical person, but I am fair.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is going to be about, and I hope I'm wording this correctly, people who have 80% of what they want in one person, and that person is missing the 20% that you want. And then you decide to leave that person because they do not have the 20% that's missing. That's basically what it is. I'm pretty sure I could have said a simpler way for this. This is why sometimes I use reaction videos, because sometimes I know I can be a little long-winded and I could have a little problem explaining what I mean. Sometimes, unless if it's something that I have a lot of experience with and I can just make a good example. But with this 20% thing, this is a little bit new to me because I won't just ditch a person because they don't have the 20%. But I admit, I will try to tweak them and try to change them. And hold up before people judge me. A lot of women do this, especially when the women get bad boys or projects that they are working on. They're trying to mold that man into what they really want, but he has those things that she really likes. But this is what I mean.
I wish you were different.
Why would you say that?
Well, because I like some of you, but not all of you.
What do you like?
I like that you're smart, I like that you're funny, and I like that you like me.
So what's the problem?
I just wish we wanted the same thing.
What do you want?
To achieve my goals, to be with someone who wants me.
You think I don't want that?
I do. I just think our goals are too different.
What are your goals?
I want to do something great, and I want to be the best at something.
And I don't really care.
Why don't you change that?
Because it's not what I want.
Do you not see the benefit?
I do, but other things are more important to me.
Okay, but Can you not choose what's important to you?
I can. I'm just choosing other things.
Like what?
Like living my life, having fun.
Why?
Because that's what's important to me.
Is there any way I can change your mind? Why do you need to? Because I want to be with. Then why don't you just accept it? Well, because I want someone who wants what I want. Then why do you want her? Well, I've already said it. She's got a lot of great qualities. Well, then why are you trying to change her? Because she could be perfect. Is that caffeinated? Yeah. Is there something wrong with decaf? No, I just wanted caffeine. Did you use caffeinated beans? What else would I use? I'm just a little surprised. Dude, it's the middle of the morning. It's not gonna affect my sleep or anything. No, not about that. I'm surprised that you didn't make decaf and then try to turn it caffeinated. No, dude, if I want caffeine, I'm just gonna use caffeinated beans. Who does that? I have no idea. I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with decaf coffee, and there's nothing wrong with wanting caffeine, but I think we can all agree that trying to turn a cup of coffee into something it's not just a waste of your time. It's a waste of the cup of coffees, too.
Now, this creator makes a very good point. And I forget his name because he's not well known right now, but he's starting to blow up on. I first saw him on Instagram, and now I'm starting to see him on YouTube. So, definitely what I'm going to start doing now, because sometimes I'll forget. I'll make sure I want to put the credits of the clips and the videos that I am using. Okay? So that you can find these people, especially these people I cannot remember their name. Anyway, from what he was saying, that's true about trying to change a decaffeinated coffee to a caffeine coffee. Thing is, why don't you just drink that coffee black? Why don't you just drink the coffee as is instead of adding sugar, adding caramel, adding vanilla, cream? Okay, you're adding stuff to it. Why not just take the coffee as is? So we're going to say that the caffeine is part of the 80% that you want in the person. And they are A-okay, but they're missing some things. With some of the women I dated, especially with my ex-wife and one of the women that I was serious with after her. Well, it was only one that I was really serious with. Most of the time, with the women that I tend to attract, sometimes they tend to be a little bit on the tomboy side, or they tend to not wear or do something that I find appealing with women. So, with with the ex-wife, I would get her hair done, clothes shopping. I did not mind being a part of. Because otherwise, I might get baggy jeans and a t-shirt. Okay? I want her in dresses, skirts, that type of stuff there. And I could not find a woman that dressed the way that I wanted, that was interested in me, and that I could take her personality. So, while I agree with what he's saying, at the same time, I'm like, okay, if you are referring to the cup of coffee, then drink the coffee black as is. Don't add nothing to it. Once you add something to it, you are changing it, okay, or enhancing it. But still, you are is not the original cup of coffee once it comes out of the machine. Okay, so that's my point right there. And we all do it to a degree. Even if we do it to ourselves. That's the thing too. When women meet a man that they really like, they will morph, or they're trying to get married and have a kid. They will be on their best behavior. Maybe they are an argumentative person. No, they will stand down. They will be on their best behavior. They will wear their hair like they know men like. Then once they have the person, then they'll hack it all off. Or they'll stop. Oh, the guy doesn't like smoking. She'll start smoking in your face. Especially when when she's about to leave you. She'll start doing things that she was okay with in the beginning. And I'm pretty sure on the women's side, there will be men that do this as well. But I'm talking from the man's perspective of how a woman will morph into what the man says that he wants or what she thinks that the man wants. So that's the thing. That is well said and done. Unfortunately, almost everybody does it to a degree. Now, the thing is a danger in that, especially for the man. If the woman is nothing really like what you really want, even if it's it's another video that's going to pit a good example of, let's make sure we got the 20 and the 80%, have them in their right spots. Because I always think there are things that are non-negotiable, deal breakers, things that you need from the other person. And sometimes, depending on if we are looking past red flags, the woman is really attractive, or from the woman's side, the man is a celebrity. He's over 6 foot. He's an athlete. He's everything that she wants, but instead he likes to mingle and talk to a lot of women. That's a red flag to her. But because she's enamored with him, she will look past all that. And that's the danger. But I have another clip here talking about how people throw away their relationship for that 20% in more detail.
Do you think having 80% of what you need is enough in a relationship?
And we had to start doing math. Hold on.
Let's frame it this way. We're speaking to, you know how some people will leave a relationship or be tipped into to chase that 20% of what they're not getting from their partner.
Oh, okay, good. Do I have permission to come from
Yeah,
a
go
different
ahead.
standpoint?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're a believer, but I'm a believer. And I fully understand that God gives us somebody who is not going to meet every single condition that we have. He gives us a person who is not going to meet every need that we have, and it teaches us how to love unconditionally. It also teaches us to work and be more patient and be more understanding, but it also teaches us how to die to ourselves as well, die to our unforgiveness, die to our pride. So it's important for you to be rooted in Christ, for one, because that's where you're going to get everything from. You're going to get that unconditional love, and you're going to get Christ who can meet every single one of your conditions. But if you start leaning and looking over the fence for that 20%, it's going to hurt you later on in the long run, because you had somebody who God put in your life for a reason to teach you something, and you wanted to run away from the lesson. But that's a biblical standpoint.
Very interesting right there. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, I feel like her answer is rehearsed. And on another video I have to touch on, you have to be careful of the chameleon woman. I did a video a while ago about people that they have a mask on. This goes for both men and women. This can also translate not just in relationships, but in everyday life, friends, co-workers, that type of stuff right there. But I believe is the most dangerous in relationships. When someone makes you believe they are someone that they are not. Okay? Now, at least you went with the biblical thing. But, again, while men are held to the fire, that if they go into a relationship, and that's not to say that men don't do this, because if the woman is beautiful enough and they desire her enough, they will put on a show and be that man until cracks start showing and she finds out later that he's not the one. Thing is, if a woman does it to a man, she pretends to be who she is not, and they are in a marriage. They are years in, 5, 10, 15 years in, they have kids on the table, and she decides to pull this bullshit and change her mind, be like, you know what, I'm not happy no more. I'm tired of pretending of being this person that I am not. I'm pretty sure she put that out probably within the 5-year plan, but she stops doing that particular stuff, or the things that she was okay with, all of a sudden she has a big issue with. This is why I think, in a way, men have to really judge women more harshly on their character, okay, and past choices. Because what else do I have to go on than how you behaved in the past, or glitches that you showed me that you can be a certain type of person? Because there is no laws to cover me if she does the bait and switch, pretending to be someone she is not and then changing up later, or saying she wants other things now that she was okay with in the beginning. And maybe she didn't know how to separate her 80-20 things. But I'm the one that will pay the price for this. Meanwhile, if I find out that she's not the 20 or something, it will be penalties if I go and cheat. Like, for example, let's say I want a woman that's sexual with me, but it's not a 304 in the streets. And I get with a woman that's not a 304 in the streets, but yet she doesn't want to do it with me either, or barely wants to do it. Now, bear in mind, in my relationships, I never had that problem until it was about to end, when we was about to break up anyway. But a lot of men have this issue that they'll get with a woman that she is doing it early in the relationship, and then later, usually after a kid. And of course, I know things change for the woman after the kid, but this is what a man needs to think about if he has a high sex drive and he still wants to do it, because that's one of the big reasons why a man will cheat, because he's not getting it at home. Whereas he should just leave, but he doesn't want to take the L. He doesn't want to lose half of his stuff. So I would say, for most men, don't get in that position at all. I have a suggestion for that, but this clip is not finished yet.
How funny is it to be complaining to your partner about the 20% they're not giving you, and you only giving them 50? You only giving them 40. How egotistical do you have to believe that you are 100% satisfying them as well?
Come on.
We both are humans. We both have flaws. We both fall short. And that's the point of that commitment. It is loving the wholeness of a person.
And I think if we look at it from a mathematical perspective, right? If the 100% is supposed to be perfection, can I not take a lack of 20% if I know that I can't give perfection, nor can I expect perfection from my person? That's one thing. I think another thing is where people mess up at is where they distribute the 20 and the 80. If you don't know yourself, you don't know your values, you don't know what's important to you, you don't know what your non-negotiables are, you mess around and put something that needed to be in your 80 and your 20. And then that's what'll draw you away. That's what'll make you feel like I'm missing something that's extremely important. Because if you had done some of the work, the evaluating beforehand, you would have understood what all really needs to be in that 80. In your compromisables, that's what's supposed to be in your 20s. The things that you can really go without, the things that might get on your nerves, the things also that you can change. I spoke on that earlier. Clothes, superficial things, hair, all of that stuff changes. But when we talk about what's supposed to be in that 80, that character is supposed to be in that 80. You know, that humor, that likability that we spoke about in the earlier podcast, that's what's supposed to be in that 80. And if you make sure that your 80-20 is distributed properly before you step foot into that commitment, you're going to be just fine.
Her answer feels more honest, because it didn't seem like it was rehearsed. So I do believe what she's saying. There is a couple glaring things in there if you are a man and you was listening. I know she's saying that 80 like humor. The one thing that I've noticed dating different types of women and being around different types of women. Certain types of women have a certain personality type of thing. The women that are free spirits, actually, men do not date free spirits, but women that are fun, that are spontaneous, like to live life flying by the seat of their pants. On the flip side, they're usually not responsible. They're not stable. They're not reliable. You can never usually believe what they say. You can, but they make a lot of false promises. And believe me, I know, because I was with one for a long time, and then other ones that I've come across, they do the similar thing. They're good people that hang around, but you don't get that right there. And then there what lies when you get to the 80 and the 20, where she's correct. You have to decide what is your non-negotiables or things that you cannot live without. And unfortunately, almost everyone, if they are with their type, now in a way, I do think you need to be the woman's type, because at least the shelf life of the relationship will be a lot longer. I will often say that I don't think I was my ex-wife's first choice, but we was together the longest. So I know she has some feelings for me to a degree. Maybe once she got over the person, her feelings was all in. And then probably because things that I did, the lifestyle that she was in, meaning that she was part of the entertainment industry, she kept being put in certain positions, trying to decide on whether to pursue her career or to lose me. It was probably things that we never talked about, but I'm pretty sure she was thinking about. And a good example is if you date an actress, and I'm going to do a separate video about this particular thing right here. Most actresses or performers or women in entertainment are beautiful. Drop dead gorgeous. Okay, they are usually on point. That includes all nationalities, most of them, unless if they wear a mask all day, like if they're in costume. But if you can see how they look, they are usually definitely beautiful. They can be egotistical. They can be all about themselves. After they become comfortable, they can be nice as well, but it's a thin veil with that once they don't get their way or certain things are not going how they think it should be because they are the queen, they hear queen, queen, queen all day, their egos is big. So if you date one of those types of women, there's certain things you will have to deal with. Unless if you're lucky enough, and I do believe, I try not to put everybody in one box. There's always those women that maybe they wasn't attractive in early grades, middle school, high school. Toward the end of that, they came out and started becoming a little bit more attractive, and therefore they have a humble pie to their personality. I think those are the best women if they are attractive to date. That they was not always pretty, because they won't have the queen syndrome too bad yet. They still will start developing certain entitlement traits just because of the fact of friends, people that are around them telling them what they deserve. A lot of them is going to ride that wave. And I will say, even getting with a woman that's unattractive, that doesn't mean she'll be a nice person. Some of the nastiest women I've met are average and below looking women. Yes, there are some sweethearts in there, but is a lot of them, I guess, because either they are jealous of the women that are attractive. Maybe they were pretty or attractive middle school to high school, then they blew up or got out of shape or whatever happened, they didn't keep up with their health or something. So it is certain things there. But the point is, as a man, if you're dating a woman and everything seems perfect right now, and I know me, look, I put up with a lot with my exes, whether they was a little too flirtatious, where they had too many guy friends. I knew things would not be perfect, but I was happy with what I had with the person. Thing is, they didn't get better, they actually got worse, and then eventually their feelings changed, or they changed into a person that I barely recognized, making me wonder, did they have a mask on the whole time? So for a man, that's real dangerous to get with a woman that she can move the goalpost later. She can have fun with you, think you're the perfect guy, but then later, when she changes, when she gets 30, maybe 40, she wants something different in life. She wished she was on yachts more. She wanted to take vacations more, but yet her spending habits is bad. Those types of things there, then you are forced to eat the bullet. Either to suffer in the marriage that you stay with her, or for you to up and leave. And that's what we're not really having a conversation here, that women just have an unfair advantage when they decide to leave the relationship, especially once they have marriage. Well, only when they have marriage and kids. When you two are single is even, okay? Well, maybe the only uneven thing is that she'll be older and maybe a little bit harder for her to find somebody. But a lot of decent or good men will not do a woman dirty like that right there. Try to know yourself, know what's really important to you and what you need. If you know you need sex in your relationship and they are telling you they don't really like to do it, or it hurts or it makes them feel uncomfortable, even if they are your type in every other way, that's a big thing to you. Do not go further in that relationship. And this is why I'm not about telling women to settle. If she wants a guy that's tall, even though that's superficial, but that seems like that's a big thing to her, I don't want her to settle on me, because once she comes across that guy that she really wants, she's going to leave me high and dry. Fellas out there, be careful who you are dating and marrying, and good luck. Give me a like and subscribe.
You want a guy that's sweet, a guy that's tough, a feminist who likes to pay for stuff, the kind of guy that gets along with your friends without being attracted to any of them. A good boy, a bad boy, a good bad boy, a half good, half bad, half boy. Loves your brother sensitive but not weekend. Is a great lover, calls your mother on the weekend. Now you might think that this guy only exists in your mind. But guess what? You're right. If you want love, lower your expectations a few, because Prince Charming would never settle for you. If you want love, just pick a guy and love him. And if he's got a thing for feet, say sweep me off them. Now,
dollar bills, keep you falling from me. I love the way I feel, boy. Some money, dropping on my money, drop some money on a so yummy, yeah. Thinking, right at things I like. More, stopping in my ass tonight. Some money, dropping on my money.